The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, my friends, is this the day that we reach the end of the line in our 2001 In Action PC season replay? My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to November. Welcome to the broadcast. This is Game 4 of the World Series, and the Seattle Mariners, who were one of the best regular season teams of all time, is one game away from sweeping the Houston Astros to win the World Series, and they will go with Jamie Moyer today. Houston will go with Dave Mlicki, who is their fourth starter, did the job against the Marlins in the National League Divisional Series, won his start against the Cubs in the National League Championship Series, and now is faced with his team down 3-0 in the World Series, faces the tough task of keeping the Houston Astros season together. For the Astros, their pitching hasn't been great in the World Series. Seattle, pretty much set up the rest of the way. It's Jamie Moyer today. You could probably go with Paul Abbott tomorrow. Joel Pinero's good for 90 pitches if you needed to start. Freddie Garcia if you need Game 7. The Mariners, however, have two chances to wrap this up right here, right now, at home with their DH, who won't be in Houston. So Seattle, they're greasing the flagpoles and the light poles and all that, because Seattle is hoping that within by 1 o'clock this afternoon, we're going to have a celebration. We'll see. It's Game 4 of the World Series next, as Retro Sports Network presents the 2001 World Series. Today, from Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington, it's the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalTodice.com. The best darn podcast on the interwebs for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. John says he smells a 4-game Astros winning streak. Now that's just my Axe body spray. Jamie Moyer, with a chance to wrap this all up, has only started 2 other times in these postseason. He last started on October 21st, a 5-2 win over Oakland, which he did not get a decision. 6 innings, 87 pitches for that one. He pitched 3 shutout innings in Game 7 against Oakland in Seattle's miracle 9-8 comeback. 3 innings, 46 pitches, 3 hits, and a walk. So he's on full rest, can go 105 pitches. Overall, Jamie's 38, changeup, fastball at 81, standard pitcher, 10 2/3, 13 hits, 11 runs, 7 earned. Both the home runs came against the Yankees a long time ago. 6 walks and 6 strikeouts. The lineup he will face as Seattle tries to lock things down. How you doing, Bernie? Julio Lugo leads off at short. Craig Biggio at second will bat second. Jeff Bagwell at first bats third. Lance Berkman cleans up in left. Moises Alou, the DH, will go fifth. Richard Hidalgo in center, batting sixth. Orlando Merced in right will bat seventh. Vinny Castilla at third goes eighth, and Ausmus behind the plate ninth. Seattle with Mark McLemore as a 6 and a 3 in left. Cameron a 10 and a 5 in center. Ichiro a 10 and an 8 in right. David Bell is a 6 at third. Carlos Guillen a 3 at short. Brett Boone a 6 at second. John Olerud going for playoff MVP honors, a 6 at first. Dan Wilson is 7 and a 2 behind the plate, and Moyer is an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. With you tomorrow if needed, if Houston wins this, at noon Eastern. Lugo, overall for the playoffs, 259, a home run, and 10 RBI. Moyer starts Game 4, ground ball to Jamie, third base side, over to first, 1 out. Moyer on the grass made the play and threw a strike to first. Craig Biggio at 316, 3 home runs and 6 RBI. Moyer winds and deals, struck him out. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. And there's 2 out for Bagwell, sitting on an 8-game hitting streak. Jeff at .294 for the playoffs. 3 homers, 5 doubles, and 12 RBI. Moyer deals, and there's a fly ball left field. Back goes McLemore, way back there, and Houston leads this one 1-0. That hit the facing of the second deck above the bullpens. So 1-0 Houston early on. Bagwell, his 4th of the postseason, just smashed that one. 62 degrees, by the way, in Seattle. Roof is open on a beautiful night for baseball. I'm sure the Astros are tired of reading about sweeps and all that. They played Seattle well. They just haven't pitched all that well. Here's Lance Berkman, .217, a home run and 7 RBI. Moyer deals, and that's into right. Ichiro will track it down and make the catch. However, the solo shot from Bagwell puts Houston on the board. I'm going to need some water before you go.
Yes.
Okay. Did I take a pill? Yes. Okay. So half an inning in the books as I talked to the wifey. 1-0 Houston. So Dave Malicki is charged with saving the Houston season. He can go about 95 pitches. Again, he has done yeoman's work, going 5 1/3 in both starts. Against the Cubs 11 days ago, 5 1/3, 82 pitches, 3 hits, a solo homer, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Dave, over from the Tigers, is 33. Fastball at 86 and is a fly ball plus pitcher. 10 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 solo home runs. He has walked 2 and struck out 7. Ichiro will lead off for Seattle in right. Mike Cameron in center will bat second. Edgar Martinez, the DH, batting third. John Olerud cleans up at first. Brett Boone at second will bat fifth. David Bell at third goes sixth. Dan Wilson behind the plate batting seventh. Carlos Guillen at short batting eighth. And with the DH in the lineup, you can have the double leadoff man. Mark McLemore in left will bat ninth. Lance Berkman a 5 and a 5 in left. Hidalgo a 7 and a 6 in center. Orlando Merced is a 6 and a 6 in right. Vinny Castilla a 5 at third. Julio Lugo a 7 at short. Craig Biggio a 3 at second. Jeff Bagwell a 6 at first. Ausmus a 10 and a 7 behind the plate. Malicki is a 7 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Ichiro at 286. An RBI, but has scored 13 times and stolen 5 bases. Malicki's night starts with a liner into right center field. Ichiro has 2 with these. He's in the second standing. A double into the gap. And just like that, the tying run is in scoring position. Now, here's Mike Cameron at 218. However, he does have 8 extra base hits and 9 RBI. The good news is, if you're an Astro fan, is he struck out 14 times in these playoffs. Malicki's pitch. Cameron strikes out. Talk about foreboding, eh? 2-2 curve on the outside corner. And then I'll bring up Edgar Martinez. Edgar at 362 homers and 10 RBI. In the center, Hidalgo moving back into the right will make the catch. Ichiro tags and is going to run. The throw down to third is going to be close, but he's in there. So Ichiro slides under the tag, and here's Olerud at 296. 3 homers and 22 RBI. Pitch to Olerud. John, ground ball, right side base hit, and we're tied up. Biggio with a bad play, and the Mariners tie up game 4 at 1. And for Olerud, that's his 23rd playoff RBI. Here's Brett Boone. Brett at 254, 3 homers and 7 RBI. Malicki deals. And there's a ground ball to Castilla. Vinny has it, throws to second, and Olerud is retired. But the Mariners get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and leave on 1. We go to the second here in game 4, 1-1. So Alou, Hidalgo, and Merced. Moises at 327, a home run, and 7 RBI in these playoffs. This is Houston's 14th playoff game. The Mariners' 16th playoff game. In the left center, back goes Cameron. Well struck, but caught. A leaping catch against the wall for Cameron. So 1 out, a deep bow from Jamie Moyer, and that'll bring up Richard Hidalgo at 333, 2 homers, and 8 RBI. Moyer deals. That's a fly ball left field. McLemore in the corner, and Mark will make the catch 2 away. So some loud outs, but outs nonetheless. Here's Orlando Merced. He is the right fielder, with Moises Alou not being a great right fielder. So Merced in his 6-6, almost a Seagram 7-7, gets the call. 3 for 9 on the playoffs, a home run and 2 RBI. And that's a base hit into right center. Ichiro will pick it up. So a 2-out single brings up Castilla. Vinny at 273, a home run and 6 RBI. Throw to first. Merced. Did they get him? I think they got him. He was going. The throw down to second, and he is retired. So Merced was going. Olerud threw down to Guillen, and it's a 1-3-6. I think that goes down as a caught stealing, right? Doesn't matter. That's the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, or 1 hit rather, no errors, and nobody left on. Bottom of the 2nd, 1-1. So it'll be Bell, Wilson, and Guillen to face Malicki here in the 2nd. Bell at 259, 5 homers and 14 RBI. Popped up. Lugo on the grass. 1 out. For Dan Wilson at 235, no homers and 3 RBI. He has caught every inning. Mike from the truck, how are you? Got him. A 1-2 fastball, strike 3. So 2 out for Carlos Guillen at 226 and an RBI. He has scored 7 times. Malicki winds and deals. And there's a slow ground ball to Biggio. Needs to hurry over to Bagwell, and Guillen is retired. So the Mariners go in order in the 2nd. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2 here in Seattle, 1-1. So Castilla, digging back in, was at the plate when Merced was picked off trying to steal second. And he draws the walk. So Moyer slams the ball in his glove. A full count changeup high and away. Here's Ausmus, Brad at 224. No homers, 2 triples for a catcher. The Astros have brought oxygen if Brad tries that again. He drops one down, and the sacrifice will work. Boone is there to cover, and it's 2-4. So 1 out. Castilla on second for Lugo, who's 0 for 1. Opening 9 from Moyer. Jamie has thrown 34 pitches, 2 in the 3rd, 2 hits. The solo homer from Bagwell off the facing in the 2nd deck above the bullpens in the 1st. He has walked 1 and struck out 1. Lugo into right. Ichiro in a step or 3 makes the catch, and Castilla has to retreat. So 2 out for Biggio, who struck out his first time up. This time around, hard ground ball to Guillen, over to Olerud, and there goes Houston. So Castilla's single is all for naught, or a walk rather. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave on their first runner. Bottom of the 3rd here in Game 4. Mariners and Astros at 1. So Mark McLemore at 275 with 4 RBI. Again, kind of like a second leadoff hitter. Malicki deals, and that's into center field. The crowd likes it, so does Hidalgo, and there's one out. So Ichiro doubled and scored. His 14th run of the playoffs, his first time up. Malicki, you know, in real life, he had an earned run average over 5. Today, 30 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. He is doing, again, exactly what Houston needs him to do. Keep them in the ball game. Base hit past Biggio into center field. So Ichiro goes 2 for 2. That'll bring up Cameron. Mike has struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Throw to first, and Ichiro is back. And now we'll steal. Ausmus throws down to Biggio. It's a good throw, but Ichiro has his 6th stolen base of the postseason. So 1 strikeout to Cameron and a go-ahead run in scoring position. Pitch to Cameron. Line drive to third. Castilla's there, and Ichiro has to retreat. So here's Edgar. 2 out, 0 for 1. Gets away from Ausmus, and Ichiro goes to third on the wild pitch. So now Ichiro will dance up and down the line. It's a 2-2 count to Edgar Martinez. Malicki deals into center field, but Hidalgo has that in his sights and will make the catch to retire the side. So the Mariners leave on a runner. They get a hit, and that's it. No runs, no errors. We go to the 4th in Game 4, 1-1. So Moyer will face Bagwell, Berkman, and Alou. And Bagwell homered to deep left center field. How you doing, Steeler fan? So if the Mariners pull this off, it seems quite fitting that a team that has never been to the World Series or won one would win this virtual World Series on a night where the Texas Rangers are on the verge of winning their first ever World Series. Pitch to Bagwell, and that's a walk. So Jeff has done quite well. Here's Berkman. He's 0 for 1. Second walk for Moyer. Jamie's pitch into left center. Cameron rides the Schwinn, coming in, makes the catch, and Bagwell has to go back. So 1 out for Alou, who's 0 for 1. So a tense time for sure for both teams. The Astros in 2001 are faced with the task that's never been done in baseball history. When the Red Sox did it in 2004, they at least were home the first 2 games. Houston does not have that luxury, even if they win this one. Game 5 in Seattle tomorrow at noon. Pitch to Alou. There's a ground ball past Boone and Guillen for a base hit. Then Cameron throws it back in. First and second, 1 out for Hidalgo, who was 0 for 1. Moyer from the wind. Fly ball, left field. McLemore has it. That was a rainmaker. Bagwell tags and will hold as McLemore throws a strike to third. 2 out. For Merced, Orlando is 1 for 1. A single. First and second, 2 out here. Moyer deals, and there's a ground ball to Jamie. First base side, throws it over to Olerud, and the Astros get nothing. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th here in Game 4. The Astros leave on 2, and it's 1-1. So Seattle leads this series 3-0, but with the exception of Game 1, they've all been close. I mean, Seattle won Game 1 6-4 in a game that wasn't that close. In Game 2, Seattle, using an opener, beats Houston 4-2 in 10, and then game 3 they beat them 2-1. So again, it's not like they have run Houston out of any of these games, but they are one win away from winning the World Series. And here's John Olerud, who drove home Ichiro in the first for the tying run. Pitch to Olerud, draws the walk. So Malicki needs to be careful here. Here's Brett Boone. He's 0 for 1. There's a fly ball left field. Berkman and Castilla. Castilla on the grass has it for the out, 1 away. So here's David Bell. David is 0 for 1. Has 5 postseason home runs. And they've all been pretty big. In the left field, crowd likes it. Berkman goes back. So does Lance. 2 out. So Dan Wilson is 0 for 1. He's struck out his first time up. One of the 2 from Malicki. And again, I think Houston takes this performance from Dave and runs. He has held Seattle pretty much at bay for almost 4 innings. Wilson into right center. Hidalgo has a long way to run, but he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 5th here in game 4. 1-1. So it'll be Castilla, Ausmus, and Lugo. Vinny walked his first time up. Moyer deals. The line drive to third. Bell 1 out. Now, you wouldn't think, looking at Jamie's performances, although he's pitched all right in this one, that he was a 20-game winner in 2001 with an earned run average of 343. 1-1 in these playoffs with an earned run average of 480. Here's Ausmus. Brad sacrificed his first time up. Has to swing away this time and strikes out. Moyer got him to chase an 0-2 changeup. So 18 batters in. Moyer at 69 pitches. 4 2/3. 3 hits. The home run from Bagwell being the lone run. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Lugo is 0 for 2. Moyer, third time through. Slow ground ball to Bell. Dave has to hurry over to Olerud, and he's out on a bang-banger. So halfway through game number 4, it's the Astros 1, the Mariners 1 on a 36-degree day in Burlington, Vermont. Where did my mouse go? Oh. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. Both the runs came in the first here in Game 4. Steeler fan, thanks for the resub. 18 straight months with their prime. Jeff Bezos and I thank you a ton. Jeff Bagwell in a solo home run off the facing of the deck above the bullpens in the first to give Houston a 1-0 lead and a puncher's chance in the series. But John Olerud has done what he has done all the way through for Seattle, driving in runs. His RBI single scored Ichiro to make it 1-1. So Dave Malicki has done every yeoman's work to not let this get out of hand. 3-hitter through 4, and Jamie Moyer, the wily veteran, was visiting Scotty Howard at one point, and Scotty gave him a couple pointers. And a Portlandia DVD, and 5 innings of 3-hit ball. So Carlos Guillen, Mark McLemore, and Ichiro here in the 5th. Oh, by the way, Blue Dragon 943, our newest follower. So Carlos Guillen is 0 for 1. Malicki starts the 5th, ball 4. Malicki, in his 2 previous starts, hasn't gone more than 5 1/3. And if you're the Astros, you're trying to figure out when and where to go with that pen and what can you stitch together. Mark McLemore, by the way, is 0 for 1. Into center field, Hidalgo, 1 out. So did I see that Roberts doing 72 in 24? Ichiro is 2 for 2. Oh, by the way, he has singled, doubled, stolen a base, and scored. So Malicki opening 18, 70 pitches, 4 1/3, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Well, I can tell you 1972 is 52 years ago, or will be by the time that he starts. You did? What did I do? Okay, that's he's telling me, I guess that I'm right. Should be a fun year, especially if you're an A's fan. 1 out, Ichiro at the plate. Malicki 4 1/3, 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Ichiro 2 for 2. This might be 2. Biggio goes to Lugo for a 1, but Ichiro, being the speedster, is going to reach 2 out. No throw to first. Here's Cameron, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Malicki throws to first, which is the right call, and Ichiro is back, which was really the right call. I did think about it for a split second. So now to work on Cameron with 2 outs. Both teams have 3 hits here as we play the bottom of the 5th. There's a fly ball left field, but Berkman retreats and will make the catch, and that will retire the side. A nail-biter here in Game 4. No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 5-1-1. So Biggio is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Jamie Moyer might be able to pitch into the 8th if things continue to go well. Biggio is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Moyer has fanned 2 so far. There's a chopper to third. Bell, long throw to Olerud, 1 out. For Jeff Bagwell, the lone Houston run in the 1st. A monstrous shot. Moyer deals. And there's a fly ball to left, but that will stay in the yard, and they're finally going to retire him. McLemore makes the catch, 2 out. In 72, the Red Sox went into Detroit the last weekend of the season, needing to win one of the first 2 of a 3-game series. And as my good friend who's a Tiger fan reminds me often, was it Ben Ogilvy or Cecil Cooper that tripped around third? And then poor John Hiller nearly was decapitated by Bert Campaneris. Lance Berkman is 0 for 2. Moyer deals. Fly ball left field in the corner. That should be playable. McLemore makes the catch to retire the side. Was Aparicio that tripped around third? No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th, 1-1. Now, Billy Martin was the Tiger manager that year. And the rumor to this day is that Martin, because Bert Campaneris was the wheels of his day for Oakland, was told Hiller or others to throw at his ankles to slow him down. And so he got hit in the ankle, and that's why Campaneris, knowing that it was intentional, flung the bat. I remember watching that as a kid as a highlight in one of some opener for an NBC League Championship game and being 12 years old and scared to death. Imagine looking out and seeing that be flung at you. Anyway, here's Edgar Martinez. Now, Robert going to do the full 162 or the one, or where's he going to pick up with that? We do, because is he going to do as played or change history? Edgar Martinez is 0 for 2. Ball 4, so the go-ahead run is on. Of course, in RJL's... Yeah, I guess I kind of have to go with Vallone here because that's what the computer wants. So Malicki's day is done. And, well, Vallone will face Olerud. Vallone is not good. Remember, with RJLs, he always goes with expanded playoffs anyway. Lefty versus lefty, and Vallone is bad. This will be a very short stint. He pitched last night. He didn't retire anybody. He threw a walk. And so I'll give him Olerud, but we will watch. I'm not going to have the Astros lose the World Series because of the AI, unless Olerud pops one here. 2/3 of an inning for Ron in 3 appearances. 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, a homer, 2 walks, and a strikeout. As played. So he says if there's a half game not going to team out, so be it. Olerud 1 for 1, a single, the lone RBI in the first. Maybe Aparicio will trip rounding second. That's not very nice. Don't be ornery until you lose game 4, okay? I feel the cold sting of a buggy whip in my ear. Olerud, line drive to Biggio for the out, and Edgar's back. So 1 out, and that'll do it for Vallone. It's changing history. Oh, crap. And Boone walks. So first and second, 1 out. I'll have him face Bell. The outcome box says that that's an okay idea. Bell is 0 for 2. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th and a 1-1 tie. Midlife Crisis did an RJL-style replay with 72 and Strat when he did your Carlton replay. Expanded playoffs and all just like Roberts. And the Red Sox beat the Cubs in your World Series. Using fast score in the background. That's cool. So first and second, 1 out. Pitch to Bell. Ground ball right side, base hit. So Martinez, is he going to hold at third? Yes. So the bases are loaded. 1 out for Dan Wilson. So again, Vallone is just not the answer. And without the with the DH, you can go with Octavio Dotel. Bernie says, as a Sox fan, I have a lot of seasons to choose from, attempting to change history. So it'll be Dotel to face Wilson with 1 out, and the bases loaded and the World Series on the line. Dotel making his 9th appearance. He pitched in game 2 and took the loss. 2/3 of an inning, 30 pitches, 2 earned runs. He walked 4 and struck out 2. So overall, Dotel 10 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He's walked 9 and struck out 19. He's 25, throws it hard at 98. And it is a ground ball plus pitcher. Dan Wilson is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, 1 out, and the bases are loaded. It's Edgar Martinez on third, Brett Boone on second, David Bell on first, and you got a feeling this might be it. Dotel, fly ball to left field, Berkman in the corner, and he can't get it. The count is 0-2. Yep, 62, 75, 78, 86. But we've won 4. So an 0-2 count to Wilson. Advantage Dotel. Carlos Guillen on deck. Wilson up the middle for a base hit. Martinez will score. What's Boone going to do? Boone's going to score. Bell is into third. A 2-run single, and the Mariners are 9 outs away. It's 3-1 Seattle, and it sure beats milking cattle. So here's Guillen. Carlos 0 for 1 with a walk. Everybody banging on the drum now. Guillen draws the walk. Dotel's your best reliever. You're not going to go to Wagner in the 6th. Here's McLemore. Mark is 0 for 2. But one more run here would be huge. Wilson on... It's Bell on third. Wilson on second. And Guillen on first. 1 out. Bases loaded. 3-1 Seattle. The pitch to McLemore is a slow ground ball to Bagwell, who goes to Lugo for 1, but the throw back to first is not in time, and Bell will score to make it 4-1. And now they're starting to feel it. Dave Grohl is playing in center field, so here is Ichiro. So in the 9 pitches that Dotel has been on the mound, he's allowed a hit and a walk. Ichiro 2 for 3 here in Game 4. A single, a double, a stolen base, and a run scored. 2 out now. 4-1 Mariners. Dotel deals, and Ichiro draws the walk. The outcome box says this shouldn't be happening, but it is. Here's Cameron. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And again, they're loaded. Dotel a deep breath. He's got to be the loneliest man in Washington right now. He deals. Fly ball left field. That should strand him loaded unless Berkman or Castilla does something dumb. Finney on the grass makes the catch, and that might do it. The Mariners break through for 3 on 2 hits and no errors. They'll leave him loaded. They've left on 7, but they're 9 outs away from a championship. So Alou, Hidalgo, and Orlando Merced here in the 7th. Moises, the DH, is 1 for 2. Base hit left field. McLemore will pick it up. And the Astros, again, you just got to chip away one batter at a time. Only the 4th hit. The Mariners only have 5. Hidalgo is 0 for 2. In the right center, Cameron. 1 out. Cameron with a diving catch against the grass. Makes a great play to save a hit. So here's Merced. Orlando is 1 for 2. He is a reverse split hitter. Hits lefties at a 600 clip. Moyer 1 out. You got Pinero, you got Rhodes. Seattle in the catbird seat as we play the 7th. And no. Why would you pinch hit? I'm looking at that box. Steeler fan getting drunk off the Olympia says, down 3-0 in the series. Down 3 runs in Game 4. Just where they want them to be. Go open up another Strohs. So we're not going to pinch hit. It is in Merced's favor. Pitch to Moyer. Popped up. Right side. Olerud. 2 out. You don't pinch hit for a 356 hitter. You pinch hit for Castilla, who's at batting average, and this at bat's 203. He's 0 for 1. He's drawn a walk. Wilson and Moyer change through the signs. Pitch to Vinny. Ball 4. And now you got the tying run at the plate in Ausmus with 2 out here in the 7th. Pinella's not going to pull any punches. This is your World Series to win. Joel Pinheiro is going to try and lock it down. He has been lights out. Joel is just 22, fastball at 90 and a ground ball pitcher. He got the save in the 11th inning of game 2. 4-2. But it was his performance on October 24th that they will talk about in this city forever. In game 6, he went 6 1/3 innings of relief, 94 pitches of no-hit baseball. He faced 20 batters and retired 19. A walk and 4 strikeouts. So overall, 10 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts. So first and second, 2 out for Ausmus, who was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Pinheiro deals, ground balled again. Carlos to Boone for the out. And the Astros threaten but do not score. Stretch time, maybe the last time, 4-1 Seattle. So it'll be Edgar Martinez, John Olerud, and Brett Boone to face Dotel here in the 7th. Astros a run on 4 hits, no errors. They've left on 5. Seattle 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and they've left on 7. Edgar Martinez is 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored. Pitch to Edgar. Fly ball left field. Back goes Berkman. But he'll make the catch, 1 out. Well, if there is no Game 5 tomorrow, we'll figure out something. John Olerud 1 for 2. You should be following the Facebook group anyway. That's where I make all my announcements for Retro Sports Network. So look for that on Facebook, Retro Sports Network. John Olerud 1 for 2. A single, an RBI, and a walk here. 1 out. To Lugo. Good play over to Bagwell. 2 away. Olerud just isn't all that fast. So Brett Boone is 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. That came in the 6th. Dotel doing much better now in the 7th. He walked. The announcer's jinx. So runner on for David Bell. 1 for 3. David has a run scored and a single. Boone on first. Liner down the left field line. Boone should score. Castilla again gets burned. Berkman will pick it up, but not before Brett Boone goes all the way around, and Seattle now has a 4-run lead. It's 5-1. And everybody up now for Dan Wilson. 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and drove in 2. That came in the 6th. To Dotel, over to Bagwell. And that will retire the side, but I think that might be it. That was a huge run on a hit and no errors. They've left on 8, but they're 6 outs away from a championship. Seattle 5, Houston 1. So top of the lineup here. Lugo 0 for 3. 4 runs, not impossible, of course. They have 6 outs to do it. Lugo, as we said, 0 for 3. Pinheiro with Rhodes and Sasaki ready if needed. Pitch to Lugo. Into center field. Back goes Cameron. And Mike will make the catch on the track, 1 out. So Craig Biggio was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Pinheiro deals. Base hit right field. So Ichiro will pick it up. Biggio rounds the bag. 1 out, runner on for Jeff Bagwell, whose home run in the first was big. 1 for 2. And Loud hit the facing above the auxiliary scoreboard above the bullpens. Pinero deals. Bagwell into left. McLemore, that's hook and foul. And McLemore makes the catch. He reached in, no Bartman there. And Biggio is back to first. And Seattle's 4 outs away. So Lance Berkman is 0 for 3. What a play by Mark McLemore. Got him! He's chased a fastball for strike 3. And the Mariners can feel it now. No runs, 1 hit, a runner left after 7.5. Seattle 5, Houston 1. So Carlos Guillen, Mark McLemore, and Ichiro to face Dotel, at least to start the 8th. 5-1 Mariners. Carlos is 0 for 1, but he's walked twice. Line drive to Lugo, 1 away. So Mark McLemore is 0 for 3 with an RBI. And that's a ground ball past Bagwell into right field. He's digging for 2. Merced's throw is not in time. And as this place rocks, the horses start to ring the field. So here's Ichiro, who is 2 for 3. He has singled and doubled. Runner on second. 5-1 Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th of Game 4. Bet you didn't think this would be a sweep, did you? Pitch to Ichiro. Right back to Dotel. Left side of the rubber over to Bagwell for the out. So 2 out for Mike Cameron, who is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Got him. But we're down to the last 3 outs. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to the 9th. Seattle right on the verge. 5-1. And so, since this looks like we've reached the end of the line for this replay, I want to thank each and every one of you who has been here all year round. This is our 5th season. We start season number 6 sometime in the new year as we go to 1988. But you guys is what we do this for, and you guys are a pretty special bunch. So if this is it, if Houston can't get 4 to tie and 5 to go ahead, then there's no special graphic for Seattle after this. Been pretty tired lately. This has been a fun replay. Has it been my favorite of the ones we've done? No. But Seattle, if they do win this, is a pretty plucky team. And we did have some good times with this, a 3-way race in the National League East, and the Mariners saving things over and over and over again. And so thank you for all you do for us. And enjoy the top of the 9th inning, unless you're a Steeler fan, who's already whipping me. The Moxie will be here in a couple weeks. We couldn't quite get it here in time. So, all right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. All right, so here comes the top of the 9th, and we'll see if Seattle wins the championship. So for the moment, we're going to leave Pinero in. It'll be Alou, Hidalgo, and Merced. Well, you're welcome, Bernie. Moises is 2 for 3. Sasaki and Rhodes if needed. But Pinero, and remember his job in Game 6, he is the reason why Seattle's here. Line drive, foul. just over one of those horses patrolling. It is a huge party here in Seattle, 53 degrees, and everyone is warm. Alou is 2 for 3. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Left side. Bell. 2 outs away. For Hidalgo, who is 0 for 3. And everybody in the Seattle dugout is just kind of standing there. For Lou Piniella, it would be his second championship. Remember, he won a World Series in Cincinnati in 1990 and won 2 as a player in 77 and 78 with the Yankees. Ground balled again over to Olerud. 2 out. And so last chance saloon is Orlando Merced. Rally time. You're down 4 runs and 1 out. Merced is 1 for 3. And you really can't hear yourself thinking here just because it's so loud. What was Ron drinking that would make it so loud? So Joel Pinheiro, who has only given up 2 hits in 12 1/3 playoff innings, trying to finish the deal. He winds, fly ball, right center field. Back goes Ichiro, and that ball is long gone. Well, at least I made that decision right for Houston. So there's 1 back now, as that one went 440 feet. So we'll give Houston his highlight. Orlando Merced made it a 5-2 ball game on an absolute no-doubter to right center field. And as soon as you're done watching that, it's a save situation. Kazuro Sasaki coming in, looking for his 8th save in 8 tries, and the most important at-bat in the history of this ball club. In this series, he has 2 saves and a win. He went 2/3 of an inning last night and picked up the save. 13 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. Overall, 8 innings, 5 hits. That 1 run came against the Yankees way back on October 12th. A walk and 10 strikeouts. So it's Vinny Castilla, who has walked twice and is 0 for 1. 5-2 Seattle, 2 out, top of the 9th. Chris Truby now will pinch hit. And that seems to be even a worse decision. So Sasaki waits. Some stuff being thrown on the field, so he has to wait a minute. They say he's ready. And so here we go. Truby, by the way, 0 for 4 in these playoffs, so walk in a strikeout. Got him, in the Mariners! My, oh my! Seattle has its championship. They win in 4 straight, and they beat Houston 5-2 on a strikeout. Fireworks! Sasaki points skyward. And the Mariners win. In 2 hours and 58 minutes, the Seattle Mariners have swept the World Series. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left on 9. They don't care. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Houston. And they left on 6. Jamie Moyer, 6 2 rigged. Okay, Gardner. 6 2/3 for Moyer, 4 hits. The home run to Bagwell, he walked 3 and struck out 2. Joel Pinheiro got 6 outs. Faced 8 batters. Not a save. Should have been because, 3-run lead. Malicki, what can you say? I mean, he was never in a position to really win. He held his team in there. Ron Vallone has pitched his last game for the Astros, and Octavio Dotel just couldn't hold on those runs. Definitely rigged. Yes, sir. May I have another? I would think that, as far as the World Series is concerned, it's kind of hard to pick an MVP just because as a unit they hit 264. There really wasn't a big inning or hit that did it all 4 games. Actually, I think this was the biggest spread, a 3-run game. So that will do it. They waited a long time for this in Seattle, and Dave Niehaus would have been calling it again. It's raining and snowing here in 36. I want to say that it should go to John Olerud. Oops. As the game quit on me. Let's try this again. Can I click on him? In the World Series, 3 for 14 with 2 RBI. I guess not. But that'll do it. And we'll probably do some football for you at 11:45. Yep, you'll see me tomorrow. And so it'll be football tomorrow, 11:45 Eastern. And then next week we'll start our traditional World Series, the Orioles and the Braves. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Congrats to the Seattle Mariners. They are your 2001 World Series champions. Thanks for everything all year. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye for now.